All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis coach and your personal guide. So today definitely feels different. I know sometimes or quite often I say this, and if you ask me, that is the secret sauce for why this pod called the Eye Hypnosis, aptly titled the Eye Hypnosis Coach Speaks. Why this pod exists, why this pod keeps on growing, and literally every single day. So every day, as I get ready for the pod, I tap into, it's almost like an artist. I tap into my experiences, my reflections, my memories of conversations that I've had with people, both on the outside and, of course, on the inside. By that, obviously, I mean that there are people who I meet, sometimes officially, sometimes friends, sometimes colleagues, sometimes clients and students. And a lot of these conversations shape my understanding of the world. Sometimes they bust certain myths, they clear certain doubts that I may have had, or perspectives or perceptions that I may have had. And in doing so, of course, it opens more doors, opens more windows in my mind. And sometimes these are conversations that I'm having inside. I'm having with myself, I'm having with other people, but in my head. And when it comes time like this, to pause and to share with you a little bit about what's happening, a little bit about um, my take on life and its many aspects. This is that time when I just kind of take it all in, and whatever comes out to you and with you is literally the um, biased, maybe, but the sort of unfiltered, uh, unrehearsed. I think that's the key word, the unrehearsed sharing that I do. Right? So I definitely look forward to it, and I'm sure if you've been a regular viewer, listener, and watcher of the pod, then you know what I'm talking about. And maybe if this is something that you do once in a while, or maybe literally this is the very first time that you're hearing this, um, just remember that these pods are um, fueled by these experiences that I have. So today, the many conversations that I had got me thinking about our topic. And the topic for today is everything to do with manifesting. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind, of course. Like someone said, when we talk about, playing the algorithm, you know, people need to know in the first couple of seconds or first minute or two what this pod is about. But that's where, for me, I look at these pods as being very, it's made for you, my regular viewer. And of course, if you're somebody who happens to be just kind of floating through and you see this pod maybe on, my YouTube podcast, let's say maybe the video or maybe the YouTube podcast audio. If anyway I've not been able to get your attention in the first couple of minutes, then I know that maybe later you will find me at some point. And so I'm talking to you, my regular, my somebody who realizes that these pods are different. These pods are more sort of attuned to a artistic expression, and you like me are open to alternate realities. It's not about only algorithms. It's not only about um, doing things that are totally structured and totally strategized and literally like feeding whatever is the latest trend in technology. So having said all of that, of course, even as I'm looking at this, it's been, how long has it been? It's been a couple of minutes, I think, since we started. So The reason why you still see this smile on my face is that the topic for today is everything to do with manifesting. And the question, quite simply, is, does manifesting exist? Is it true? Is it a reality? Is it real? What I can definitely tell you is that yes, it is real. The fact that I'm here and that I get to do this pod with you every single day is testament to that. And so, if you've been wondering, if you've been looking for signs, and it's like if you know, you know. If you are somebody that knows what even this expression means, that you're looking for signs, and that you believe in signs, then this is probably that sign that is telling you that yes, manifesting is true, manifesting is real. Now, of course, we can call it by many different names. Some people call it prayer, some people call it focus, some people call it destiny, some people just call it manifesting. And the important thing is that, if this is something that is, let me put it like this: if you truly want something, and you truly, truly, truly believe that it is in service of something that is not just only for the moment, but something that has immense value, whether it's in your life and ultimately in the lives of others, then it will happen. Simple case in point being that for the longest time, I wanted to do a pod, right? I wanted to have a podcast, but I had no idea how it was going to happen, because a lot of the initial thinking was about, or using the frame of me, meaning that I had made it about myself, right? So it was about my ego, it was about, um, my failure, my success, everything was my, or me. And then, of course, as life would be, eventually things started to shift. And I got to the place where I realized that, okay, maybe it's not about me, maybe it's about you. And so as I started to, go deeper into that world, I started to recognize that, um, as long as I'm showing up, as long as whether it is, showing up for a session, or whether it is showing up a to do a podcast like this, as long as it is in service of you, as long as it is so that you are inspired to show up, you are inspired to keep going, that is the fuel that makes these dreams or goals manifest, become real, um, and not just become real as a one-time thing, but it becomes more of a habit, becomes more of a lifestyle, becomes more of who I am, who you are. So, if you've been wanting for that thing to be real in your life or to happen in your life, one thing I can tell you is that as long as you persist, it will happen. If you try sort of arm twisting some goal, some dream to happen in your life, the 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 the, the sad truth is that it might even happen, but it will be fleeting, right? On the other hand, if you choose and if you really want this to be for you, maybe for your family, maybe for your community, where you're no longer just the chasing the goal or the dream as just another thing that you get to tick off your list. But if you are able to go deeper, you will find that these dreams and goals, they just become real, and that just becomes part of who you are. So, um, one is, of course, I'll definitely say this is me telling you, and I'm wishing you all the very best in all the things that you do want, and may you truly experience the power, the joy of manifesting, and all these manifestations coming true and coming through your life. And may it not only benefit you, but also benefit so many other people who are in your space. So, wishing you all the very best. And especially if you are a digital coach, especially if you are a healer, right? Of course, you know that I always talk about digital coaches and healers as being the same entity. But just keep this in mind that if you are somebody who is looking forward to living a life where literally like your dreams come true, I truly, wish, I truly hope, and I truly pray that they do. Having said all of that, of course, if there's any way in which I can help you, please do reach out. whether it is to friends, to family, or if you feel there's nobody else who understands you, please do reach out. And this is one of the main reasons why I do this pod. This is in service of you. So I look forward to hearing from you. And if there's any way in which I can help you, I'll be more than happy to do so. So, having said all of that, of course, remember to live with purpose. And I look forward to seeing you in the next pod. God bless. Have a wonderful day ahead. And I will be seeing you soon. Take care. Bye bye.